Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. And a jolly good evening. And hang on a minute. I just need to unmute because there you go. Sorry, I accidentally muted you by mistake. Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, Spawn Trooper. And with me tonight is
my pretty, better known as Pam.
Oh yes. Yes. Tonight is very special. I just need to type something else to someone. Right. Okay. I just need to write. Right. Something I need to read out. All content within this video is unedited and original. All actors are the same and are true. All information within this video is public knowledge and accessible via the interwebs and Googles. Thus, all content is for the following education and a purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting. All within this video are public figures. Disclaimer. Copyright. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I was taking my straw out of his plastic wrapper.
Yeah, not to do that very loudly. That distracts me. That's disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes and might otherwise be infringed. The content used in this video is intended for educational, criticism, comment, news reporting, and informational purposes only. Okay, so please, at no time is anyone to contact anybody. However, tonight is, yes, have some of fucking that. Right, first things first. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to tonight's stream. It's going to be heavy, it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be full of, how can I put this?
Truth?
Yes. Hey, hang on. We're supposed to be serious. Stop it.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Put my Pringles away. Oh shit! This is going to be fun. Remember, any side noises or anything like that are very. There she is, fucking throwing shit around. I'll just wait till she's finished. You're doing it deliberately now, aren't you? You just press
I
my
have
button.
a dog, and my dog is trying to find her toy. And
Well,
so we are trying to find the toy so that she will go play and behave.
why is it that I can just imagine a dog and you on all fours trying to find a fucking toy?
Because
I
I
mean,
have done that many a time. Sometimes without the toy involved.
hang on a minute. Wait, what?
just let that roll around in your mind for a little while.
No. There should be a law against that shit. No. Oh my god, it's going to be one of them tonight. Digistall, Karen, Joanne. Is it Joan? No, it's Joan. It's not Joanne. It's Joan. Is it Joan? Yeah. Nimrod. Hey, Seagull. Karen. Everybody. Ammo Girl. Welcome. Tonight's going to be an interesting one. Okay. Right. Before we start, let's. It's going to be fucking interesting tonight, and I probably have to. Yeah, I think I need to sort this radius out. There you go. Just put a little bit of an edge on the top. There you go. Yes. So I'm gonna. Oh boy. I hope you guys are ready for a rock. And if the side chat is making it too small, let me know, and I will remove side chat for the foreseeable future within this chat. But anyway, let's start off. Pretty.
Yes.
Let it roll.
See how easy I answered to that name. Pretty, I like
Okay, Pete,
that.
okay. I'm not going to rob your ego tonight. I did that the other night, so no. Belinda, welcome. Lisa, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Right.
So what do you?
Deuce Boy has yet again started these bully tactics. And would you like to explain to everyone what those bully tactics are, my dear?
Well, so far he has decided to write a letter to Shara, and Shara takes it as very much an intimidation letter, and she will be posting that hopefully this weekend. And also, he has written a letter to the biological aunt's attorney. Yes, you heard me. He wrote a letter to their attorney. And he said in one of the lives that he was on that basically she took a bribe. By taking this case and getting paid for it was the same as taking a bribe. And so he felt it a great need of his to go and write a letter and tell her about that and to tell her law firm about that and to put them on notice. And we'll be sharing that letter with you guys later on the stream. It I have to admit it is about the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen an attorney do something like that, and hopefully it will never happen again. But we're going to share it with you guys. So if you're not on Facebook and you haven't seen it, or you haven't seen it on somebody else's live, it was shown on Megan and Tug last night. It's quite it's quite incredible.
Oh,
And yes, the
jeez.
husband does have a cold, so you're going to hear him cough. These he said, deal with it. These headphones or these microphones just pick up everything. I mean, my son did a great job, and I love him dearly, but I think he did just too good of a job because these things are like incredible.
1 second. Right, just for the mods, just so you know, anyone kicks off or starts crap, right? Time them out for 5 minutes. Anything longer than that, I will deal with it. Yes. So, oh boy, yes, it's going to be an interesting one tonight because I think we should just get crack on and get into it. What do you think? I mean, but then again, I mean, knowing
All right,
full well
I
what
say,
Deuce Boy is like, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, over the last 5 6 months, obviously we're all fully aware of what the grifting is like with Lynette Preston, and there's been rumours that she's probably done it multiple times or she's done it in different places. And funny enough, over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of information that suddenly appeared on the on the cesspool of information, and you know what? It couldn't have happened at the best timing. I mean, especially right smack bang in the middle of this case and other cases. And, playing innocent, playing the victim and everything, not just by her, but other people, saying that she's innocent and that, Mr. Hales has been hounding her and everything else. Well, yeah, tonight's stream, like I told you, is going to be very interesting. So, my pretty and myself, we are going to be discussing this today. And sit back, enjoy the ride. All this information, as stated, is public information. It has already been publicized. And so let's crack on to the first one, shall we? Let's see if this will work.
all right.
No, it won't. Bull. Let me see if that worked. There you go. So, local news, ladies and gentlemen. Local news is basically everything that I've been saying and that I've been predicting is actually coming true. AVA, hi, how you doing, buddy? Sit back and enjoy the ride because you're going to enjoy this one. Now, you're fully aware that I've been doing my own investigation, my own research on this situation, and I've over the past months I put videos up of various different things. I've also called certain people out on GoFundMe's and everything else. Well, it looks like this is not the only time Her Royal Highness Queen Lizard has done this. So without any further ado, we're gonna get into this. So let's do this. Let's do this. As you can see here is a very interesting post. So I'm going to read this one out. Obviously, actual fact, let me get rid of the chat so basically people can see. Oh, wait a minute. You can see. There you go. Is that made it a little bit bigger?
Much better, much better.
Yeah, much better. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can make it a little bit smaller. Yeah. Right. Okay. So
Now
I'm
you
going
need
to
to
read
make
this
it
out.
make it a little bit bigger, if you would, for me, just a little bit.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good right there.
Yep. Right. Okay. I have to admit, this just actual fact. This is a female talking. My pretty, would you like to read this out, or
Sure,
shall
I
I do it?
can. I can do it if you want.
Okay, go for it. Okay,
All
go for
right.
it.
I have to
Okay.
admit, this just came up. I forgot this was even on there. I never raised one penny to help towards my adoption or to help my baby who ended up being a baby with a life threatening metabolic illness. I've done it all by myself. I paid for the home study. I paid for the fingerprints. I paid for the attorney.
Whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa!
paying.
Stop, stop.
Uh huh.
Paid for fingerprints? Oh, we'll come back to
Yes.
that. Carry on, carry. We'll
Okay.
come back to that. Carry on reading.
I paid for the attorney. I'm paying for everything out of my pocket by myself, off of my disability, while paying my bills as well. I learned a great lesson in trying to humble myself and ask for help. There's not a lot of people who care about each other anymore. We do have some friends, close friends, that helped us a little bit, and I'm so grateful for what they did help me with. But otherwise, I have what, but otherwise, I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself because I've done this on my own. Yes, we have needs. Our bills is high for the adoption because the parents for fault re-signing it, and not because they wanted the baby back, but because to them it was a game. It was a joke. The mother was angry because she had lied to her husband about doing drugs and about things she had done. And I brought it to his attention, which pissed her off. Just pray for the parents. And I'm going to leave this up for about a day and then remove the post. You got to scroll up.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Tim, what's going on? What's going on? What, I just missed. I just seen that comment. What, Tim? What's going on? So, what you coming here to make? What? What's going on? Anyway, right. Carry on reading.
Okay, hold on. Okay. But a very nasty member of the community claimed that I used my baby to rob people. Wait a minute, hang on just a second. People, pray for hang on a minute. I'm sorry, I lost my place.
Okay.
But a very
Yeah, I don't
nasty
know.
member of the community claimed that I used my baby to rob people and make a lot of money off of her. I want to make it very well known I did not make any money from anyone in the community, not one penny for help towards anything. So I want to make sure that is known. I did not raise any money off of any GoFundMe or anywhere that I asked for money. The only people that contributed were three people, and all right, go up.
That's
They
it.
are close friends. Thank you and God bless.
Huh? Have I lost you? People
No,
and
I'm
they are.
here.
All right. Okay.
I
Yeah.
said there three people and they are close friends. Thank you and God bless. So she's basically saying that she did all these GoFundMe's, but she didn't get no money. Only from three people did she get money.
You see, I mean, this is what gets me, right? And this was obviously on Thursday, and it like you get people who grift on one side, and then she's been at it, all these GoFundmes and everything else. But it gets it better. Here we got one thing. Okay, now this is what I find quite interesting: is the fact is this here. Michelle Barber Caridos. These are two surnames, two marriages she had.
Well, I do believe Barbara is her maiden name. Carados was one of her marriages, but Barbara was
Exactly.
a maiden name.
Exactly. Now, why would you know, why would you, this is the first one, right? So at the bottom here, it says, hello, this is little Angel's Harley, and she is my gift from God. A couple of months ago, my best friend told me her daughter was pregnant and could not keep the baby. Little did she know, but God was already. And I don't know if this is also part of it. So, and once again, I'm not going to read this out. This is just facts and proof, right? Is that she's asking for yet again money, right, and going on about her adoption and everything else, and about like needing help. And I was told by an attorney that it was very normal to adoptive parents to fundraise to help with extreme costs of private adoption. Now, okay, interesting. So why is she still doing it again? And she continues to do so. Now, this one here, this one here, the fact that she used her legal name is Lynette Michelle Alexi or whatever, yeah, but she's using a surname, and this is Northport, and then Michelle Barber Caridos. Now, why isn't she using her real name?
Excuse me.
Why isn't she using her real name? Right now, we're
That's the
talking
million
about
dollar question.
yeah, we're now talking about the past, the present, and the future. And in regards, Tim, I don't know what the problem is, and if you want to talk about it, you can come back in. But yeah, hi Yoda, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Now, let's talk about the past and the present. In the past, right, over the last 6 months, all the stories about her moving to Otter Creek because of a YouTuber. Okay. Well, we'll come to that part in a bit. But the fact of the matter is that this was in Northport. So she's grifted in Northport. She's put GoFundMe's up in Northport, right? Just like she's done down here. The fact that she's been called out on that on multiple times by multiple people, and the fact that like all these GoFundMe's have all been around the same thing, and the fact that she actually sits there and she uses that child as like it's like she weaponizes that child so she can get sympathy from people. Why isn't she using the system? Why isn't she contacting child protective services or someone who if a child has got medical conditions, there must be a charity or organization that supports parents with children with medical conditions. There must be. Right, so why isn't she contacting them? At the end of the day, I don't really care about that side. What I care the fact that she's using this child to make money. So, but the thing is, in a newspaper clipping, it's okay for her to take the child check, the child benefit check, and fundraisers, everything she's got, and then go and get a fucking Jeep Cherokee, no Gallic. Oh fucking hell, what's it called again?
Gladiator.
Gladiator, there's the one. I only watched that the other day. All right. So why is it that she can afford a car like that? She's tried twice when it comes to RVs, but all this stuff suddenly starts to come to the surface. Now, someone has put this stuff on a public domain, in the public eye, right? And now the truth has come to the surface. So we'll move on to the next one. This is in 2019. My sweet baby girl is not feeling so good tonight. Nothing life-threatening, just changes in her receipt of a formula have left her with the poops, and her butt is getting sore, and no more baby wipes. I'm using my homemade ones now with a very little bit of baby salt water. Is it nothing hard on her rump at all? Poor sweet baby. Update. Changed attorney. Have to pay her way less. Thank you, Jesus. We gave $150 down. I need to finish paying $350 by next week, and the balance is $2,500. After that, so I'll be 2,000 that we need to raise. I'll be starting a new fundraiser with the new way to pay, and I hope to pray that our friends and family will feel the Christmas spirit and help us get this little girl adopted, so we can get her medical. That we can do the things for her we need. Her G tube has been put off for a month because she doesn't have a medical to pay for it. So that kind of mixed blessings, I guess. I think anyway. Night all, keep Harley in your prayers so little Heine gets it better. Thank you. I mean, okay, the child needs diapers, needs clean, and everything else. But why isn't she? Why isn't she contacting her what do you call it? Her doctor? Why isn't she contacting someone medically and say, "Hey, look, this is what's happening. I need some help." Why is it again a fundraiser? Why?
Exactly. Everything is about the money. If you'll notice, a lot of times people will ask for money without, asking for money. They'll say, "Yeah, if I don't get that bill paid, I ain't gonna turn my power off in 2 days. I got to come up with enough money to get that power bill paid." Knowing full well that somebody that you're talking to may come up and say, "Look, I'll loan you the $200 to get your power turned back on. I don't want you to be cold in the cold." So people ask without asking. They discuss their finances with other people to generate a need so that that person feels bad, especially if they know them and they're like, "Well, I'll be glad to help you. I'll do anything I can to help you." And that's what she's doing in a lot of these texts and a lot of these screenshots that you're going to see. She is asking without, asking.
Now, I just can't get it around my look. I can't get my head around this. Like every single thing I've seen so far, and these are just a few of what's been posted, and this has been put on the internet, so therefore it's public information. All right, a lot of things have been redacted, so don't worry about that. But the fact of the matter is, this has been going on even before they moved to Otter Creek. So basically, since 2019 until present day, right? How many GoFundmes have gone up? How many times has she used that child to put GoFundmes up, where she has resources that are probably available to her, in regards of like getting ointments or what you call them over in America, nappies. What they call over in America,
Oh, we call them diapers.
diapers. Yeah, sorry, thank you, and talcum powder and stuff like that. Now, now you can't tell me that there isn't organisations or charities there where you can just phone them up and say, "Hey, look, I'm struggling, da 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 da," and they go, "Yeah, come round and we'll give you enough. We'll give you enough resources that you got for a couple of weeks or something like that." Like
Well, really, we don't have that, as a matter of fact. What we
you
do
don't,
have,
right?
no, what we do have is social services, which they will help you with things. They will give you vouchers at times to get different stuff. And if you're in need and you can show that you are in need, we
Yeah,
have a program called WIC that will give you baby formula. It will
right,
give you baby food and stuff like that. Because people can use cloth diapers instead of disposable diapers, and the costs are not as much. You just have to wash them out. You have to actually do the work.
right. So so there's you've got a little bit constructive criticism there. So there are you do have the ability to go and contact different organizations where you can get the help. And the thing is, I've never heard. I mean, like the Go to my happy place. I'm going to my happy place because this is being a father. This pisses me off
You have to
because,
do that.
like,
I'm a professional. I'm a professional, like Tug does. I'm a professional.
okay, I am a professional. Yeah. Fuck's sake. I mean, like, in a way, I am glad that I caught those fuckers out. Pardon my French. Oh, let me rephrase that. I am glad that I sort of caught them in that little white lie about that GoFundMe with Landon Preston, who had Landon Preston's name on it. The fact that they had access to that, okay, and they denied it, and then he actually blew himself out the water himself by admitting that, oh, no, I told her to close it down. That means that they had, again, this is my point. It's not about the fact that she can do what she likes when it comes. I don't, but the fact that she uses that child as a tool, and the fact that they actually lied about that GoFundMe, that one GoFundMe, and never gave her a straight answer, and it took catching him out in a lie, and him fucking up what he said. Let's go on to the next one before I actually lose the plot.
Okay.
This one here. Why wouldn't she get Medicaid? Can't you apply on Monday? No. She has to have a paper showing I've or someone has applied for Social Security card. The hospital Sarasota Memorial, when she showed up there, when Tonya, we said I have power of attorney over the baby when it was born, and this will be an adoption. The adoption is not done. I have power of attorney when the baby is born. Hospital choose to mark the box saying this was an adoption. When they do, the Social Security card is not applied for because they assume an adoption agency is going to do that. Well, Tampa General called them and asked them to uncheck the box and please do a redo on that and apply for the card. They refused. They said because the birth mother said it was an adoption or even going to be. They choose to do it that way. We had horrible problems with that hospital, and they're probably facing a lawsuit. Fucking lawsuit again. So now baby cannot get Medicaid until the adoption is final or until I get a temporary custody or something. They will not take my power of attorney to give her a social security card. I don't need now, first of all, with all due respect, Lynette, you need to learn how to fucking write properly. Right? I mean, you need to stop sucking the shit out of that fucking straw and take a deep breath and then type. Because even I can't spell for shit. Everyone, I've had the grammar police tell me that I can't spell for shit. I get that. But this, I mean, I'm a bit confused about what she said. So is she saying, this is 5 years ago, is she saying that she's still not the legal guardian of that child? And then she's got power of attorney? Wait, what?
See, you got to remember, and in some of
Florida.
these screenshots, you'll see if she had went through the foster care system and became the foster parent first,
Yeah.
basically the state would have paid all of the adoption things, and she would have gotten money each month to care for this child. She would have gotten subsidized funding. All this would have happened.
Yeah.
But she was afraid to do that because she was scared that the either the biological parents or the grandparents or somebody would come back and want that baby back.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to get it done and get it done fast.
Factum just made a good point. If others do the work, LP has no liability.
Exactly.
Interesting. So you're telling me that the child receives a social security number, correct?
Yes, she's got a social security number and she receives a check.
Right. So, that's interesting. So,
Hmm.
where's my pen and paper? Where's my pen and
I do
paper?
believe the child gets 700 plus a month.
Social card. Right. Okay. Number. Right. Come back onto that one. Okay, next. Oh, well, what's this one? This is G16. G16A. Right. So this is the continuance of that. So whatever, social security card, I don't need the number. All I need is to write a paper they gave you showing you applied for it. That's it. So that's why I was in hospital sleeping in a recliner for 14 days. They basically held us hostage for the payment for the hospital, and that was their own words. So yes, I don't know how I'm going to rectify this. I'm trying to work. Try, why would a hospital hold you anyway? Temporary custody order by going to the courthouse and demanding to see the family judge to see if they will take. So you're forcing, right now. From reading that, tells me she forced all this. She Right. Am I fucking reading this right?
She wanted that baby. You don't understand. She was going to have that child. She had tried to adopt before an older child in these Facebook groups that have to do with adoption. She was in there talking about adopting another child. He was a boy, older, that had special needs.
Uh huh.
And she wanted this baby. Lynette loves a baby. You got to understand, she loves a baby because that baby needs her. That
Uh
baby
huh.
depends on her, and
Uh
she
huh.
can be the hero in that story. It's when that child grows up that you go through the teenage years and you go through them talking back and you go through them not binding and not behaving. That's when Lynette has the issue, when it
Yeah.
becomes real work.
This is very interesting. I mean, these are her own words. Now I've redacted people's responses. These are her own words. Okay, that makes some sense. Well, fucking hell, I'm glad you understood it because I didn't. Is CPS helping you? I think it's awful that the hospital held you hostage. My friend does foster care and she's got non-relative replacement of friends' kids and she's got permanent custody and state pays for stuff. But if you choose private adoption, then
Okay, right there is what I just said.
yeah,
That's what I just said. If she'd went through the state, she would have received a check from the state each month. She would have received Medicaid from the get go. She would have received WIC. She would have received all these things because the state pays for you to be a foster parent, to take care of a child. But see, she was afraid she'd lose that baby, and she was going to have that baby.
yeah, that's yeah. But to see her own words, I mean, even though I need to fucking die. Do you know the people who fucking broke the Enigma code?
Yeah, I do. I actually watched that movie.
Yeah, I think we need them right now.
Exactly.
Right now, I mean, so far, all I'm seeing is a repeat grifter. It's like you've got a, and I'm not saying that she's a con. I'm just saying, when you got someone who commits crime, they go to jail, they do time in jail, they come back out, commit crime, they go back to jail, like a repeat offender.
Exactly.
What I'm seeing here is a repeat grifter.
Yes.
That is what I'm seeing. And hi there, two dogs. Now, I believe that everyone has a chance, but like whoever the person who posted these, now kudos, right? What's that? Oh yeah, kudos to you because like the thing is, this now opens up the floodgates for multiple questions. This opens up the floodgates of like, what the fuck was wrong with the hospital? What was wrong with the judges? What was wrong with the legal system? Didn't they see any of these red flags?
Okay, you got to remember, and horse picker, we don't know exactly the date on that one. I'm putting it in 2019 because she's talking about still being in the hospital. So the baby was born in 2019.
Yeah.
But y'all got to remember, this was during the pandemic. This is when everything was shut down. This is when you couldn't just, you didn't have to go to court. You didn't have to go. everything was being done remotely. Everything was being, corners were being cut on this and corners were being cut on that, because our whole world, not just our country, but our whole world was in an uproar.
Mm-hmm.
So things that normally would have happened, that normally would have been, this step, that step, this step, that step, never occurred, because you were having to circumvent government closures. Courts were shut down for a while. You couldn't even go in the grocery store. You couldn't buy toilet paper. This is the world we were living in when all this was happening.
Mystery Flame CT. The thing is, you have to understand that when people responded to her in those messages, they don't know the agenda. They don't know what's going on. They're just going by what's being said. Now, let's be honest here. Everything that's being said, like by, for example, the fleas, and everyone, that is so distracted.
I'm
The
sorry. She
No,
has
it's
a she
okay.
has a plastic water bottle that she
No,
has found.
no, it's okay. It's okay. Now, I mean, the fact of the matter is that people will sit in that stream and they will believe what they are saying without any evidence or proof or factual or facts. Nothing. But they'll sit there and they'll listen and they'll believe everything they say. And why is that? It's because you've got multiple people sitting there confirming, verbally confirming. But hey, it's very easy for me to get 3 or 4 people on here and basically confirm whatever.
Yeah, we're trying to get the plastic bottle away, but she keeps running every
I
time
can
I go
hear that. No,
towards it.
I'm just loving the fact that she's having fun. No,
So,
but
so we're having a fight between the two of us now over this stupid water bottle. That she
but
don't want the $20 toy that she has laying beside her. Oh no, 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 no. That would just make too much sense. She wants this water bottle that she has absconded from somewhere.
yeah. Now going back to the actual serious topic here, the fact, I mean, gullible, yeah, that's definite. But the fact is that like either she's very fucking good at convincing people, or no, sorry. Let's just finish off what I was saying about those about the womblegobs 1, 2, and fucking Crocodile Dundee. Now they'll sit on that platform and they'll show, like the other night they put up the depot and they chose what they wanted people to see. Now the fact of the matter is, I can put up anything I like and choose what I want you to see. But the fact is, you've got someone who's been at this from the get go. There's someone. There's shitloads of these. This is just enough. This is just a small drop in the ocean. And over the last 6 months, what have we seen? What, the way people behave and what they've been saying and what they've been grifting and everything else. It's all. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's carry
It's
on.
definitely it's
Do you want to add
definitely
anything?
in her history.
Yeah. It's like you could richly set your clock to this. Right, this one here. Right, this here was 4 years ago. This is I think this is the same one, or is it? Yeah, but this is a different message. Same thing. Right, it says here. I'm going to just read the first bit out. Yeah, need to hurry as far as they're concerned. He thinks he's just going to come and pick up the baby. Well, she's being charged and funded on child abuse in Florida. Yeah, that's a never thing. That is another thing that needs to be discussed. But until we've got the facts on that, right, we're not going to go into that one, are we?
No, because we don't know the story of the biological parents. We only know bits and pieces.
Well, from what I understood, this is from months ago, is that the mother of the child basically, apparently, when she signed the paperwork, she signed it on duress, and she stated that on there. Now, if this is true or not, I'm not sure. I can't. I can only speculate because I haven't seen the paperwork with her signature or that written on there, because that seems to be like rock and roll shit. Right, the fact that the father was in jail at the time as well. That's obviously I'm only going by what I have heard, so therefore I classify that as hearsay, and I'm only speculating. So if he was in jail and he couldn't do anything, and she was signing paperwork away under duress, and she wasn't happy about it, right? All this needs to be taken into consideration. Now, everything we're saying here is constructive criticism. This is our opinion from our observations. But what I can't, from what I've now just seen in these messages, sounds like there was more to this whole story than we actually know. And the person putting these screenshots up, right, um, has basically opened the floodgates for a lot of questions. And there's also a lot of red flags, a shitload of red flags. Like here, you keep changing you keep on changing. Right, this is where we need to now. This is one that I was very interested to actually talk about. This was 4 years ago. You keep changing her name, laughing out loud. What's the birth certificate say? Right? Her adoption papers and new certificate says Harley Grace Sawani Viralu Preston. And yes, I wasn't clear what I wanted to name. I gave her birth name to begin with because I was not prepared for her. She was a shock and surprise to me. Now she's named after both of her grandmothers and from either side of her biological parents, and she and has my grandmother's name. All the grandmothers are included in her name. Her two grandmothers and two great grandmothers that she won't know, but that are in heaven and I know are loving her. Okay, now just so you know, that name there in that message is not the person above. Okay, that I've actually done a check on that. Oh boy, I mean that comment there, what she's just said there, right, is fucking. I would all due respect sending fucking chills down my back.
Yeah, because she's changed that youngin's name almost as many times as she's changed her name.
Oh Jesus,
I know he's doing better though. We're better. We slept through the night without coughing so much, so we're
fucking
on
hell!
the road to recovery.
Holy crap! I hope you. Yeah. Anyway, her birth name was Harley Mila Olivia Lynn Preston. Her birth mom let me name her, and she gave her my last name. Really? Can we see that in writing, please? Or can we have a statement to that effect? So at the top, her adoption papers and new certificate says Harley. Yeah, but the bottom one it says that.
Hey, I
Right,
just
Ali.
thought about something. Wait a minute. You know that GoFundMe you just put up there talking about Harley and everything, and it was under Michelle Carados.
Barbara
So
Carrier. Yeah,
if
yeah.
the birth mother let her have her last name, when did she go from being did she go from Michelle Preston to Michelle Carados back to Michelle Preston?
I
I
don't
mean,
know. Go. I mean, you'd be better off going to Las Vegas and playing the roulette game, and you'd probably fucking win. I mean, her
I don't
changing
think
her.
she knows who the hell she is half the time.
Probably not. I mean, seriously, I would invite Lynette to go to Las Vegas with me and actually fucking throw those dice because
Absolutely.
because I know for a fact I'd win.
I mean, it's like, do you just wake up one morning and say, "Well, let me see, who am I going to be today?"
I mean, this is why I've always said, when I find information, I say it. If I don't need to say it, then I won't. But this here tells me. I mean, you know, oh, oh boy. And the fact that she's called herself Michelle Preston Senior here, you know why that's you know what the reason for that is? It's because she's her daughter's name is Michelle Preston,
Right.
right? So, but oh God, yeah, we've gone through her freaking name. She's got so many different variations of her names. Do you know what? She should work for the FBI or CIA as a fucking counter agent. Seriously, in the Second World War, she'd have been doing really well with the OSS.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh God, Right. Here's a good one. This one, I like this one. Isn't it? Isn't she perfect? Can anyone and everyone please share our story and give my PayPal link? We desperately need help to pay the 1500 to finish some study with Bond of Love. CPS is now involved, and I hope to protect her. Please share and tell everyone. Jamie, if you told our story, I know you following would help us get adoption finished. So she is never going to go into foster care. And as you can
So,
see there, ladies and gentlemen, she's using John Cook's surname.
yep. And also, Jamie is Jamie Starr Johnson. That's the one that she's talking to, the one that supposedly she said came on her property and brought the stolen camper.
Yep.
She's the one that was with her whenever she first went to look at the property, and she's the one that she has run through the mud like a dog.
Uh-huh.
This is
And
the Jamie that she's wanting her followers to get. If Jamie will promote her, then Jamie has all these followers. Michelle will get more money.
yep. And you know what, Lisa Farr, you are smack on. She has got the Wurzel Gummidge syndrome. Absolutely. This here confirms 100% that she's got the Wurzel Gummidge syndrome.
Now that's another thing y'all know I got to go look up because I ain't never heard of the Wurzel. I can't even say Wurzel Gummidge
Wurzel
syndrome.
Gummidge. Wurzel Gummidge used to be a children's program of a scarecrow who was able to change his heads to be different personalities.
Oh, is that one of them Wellanese things over there?
Excuse me?
Is that one of them Wellanese things? You know, is
No,
that something that's
no,
just over there?
no, it was more of a Cornish sort of Cornish thing. That's
Okay,
Cornwall. But no. So yeah, so here we go. Another grifting. This one is interesting, right? I should have redacted that, but anyway, I'm going to ask everyone, humbled, if they expect that. So we raised a small amount of money so far. Finalization of adoption. We already paid hundreds towards the adoption. We need help. Need our friends and village, and This is in 2019. Okay, 2019. Now, I've heard about people begging and grifting and shit like that, but this is taking the piss.
oh
This
yeah,
is taking the piss.
and this is why the people in Northport got so fed up with her because this was being posted in the Northport group, and it was over and over and over and over again. It's asking for money and asking for money and asking for money. So of course people start wondering, well, dang, if you can't afford the adoption, how are you going to afford the child?
I mean, here's the thing. Only a few months, like Lynette crying to the Levy County police stuff and all that, acting like she has never, contacted anybody. She's never spoken to the Hales. She's never said anything to the Hales. Right. So why is it that everything that we're seeing right now through these fucking messages that she stated that never existed, that she's never grifted in different groups? Why is it that we're suddenly seeing this shit? Why has someone decided to go, do you know what? This needs to be seen. And they put it out to public.
Because these concerns have been there all along. These people were concerned about this all along. But at some point, people think, what do I do? I mean, she's just grifting for money. That's why she had an issue in Northport. That's why she's had issues in other places. And it's because she just keeps asking and asking and asking for money from everybody,
Mm,
even strangers. She's asking for this money. When you take a child that's in a bad situation, and unfortunately, Lord knows, there's a lot of children in this situation, and you put them in another home, it should be to better that child's life. It
yeah.
should be so that child don't have to worry about where its next meal's coming from. Because that youngin's done been through enough from the get go. It shouldn't have to worry later on. And that's what the concern was for these people. That's why these people in this town had issues because if you can't afford to pay for the adoption, If you can't afford to pay those fees and stuff like that, how are you going to make your monthly bills? How are you going to pay your rent? How are you going to pay your groceries? How are you going to pay for her diapers? And we see that she has an issue with that too.
Well,
So
here
these
comes
are concerns.
right. So my question is this then: if she didn't have the funds, I mean the adoption and everything else, here comes my question: regardless if it was the pandemic or not, why weren't these checks made? You can't tell me that they just willy nilly turn around and says, right, okay, then there you go, there's the child, off you go. I mean, like this is fucking. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to find a word that I've never been speechless. Now I am speechless because I just can't. I mean, I'm reading that message right there. Well, ladies, let me just read this out. Well, ladies, we couldn't go that direction with this baby because we were told that with this baby. That's fucking alarming. Because we were told that they do not want to do that because they do not want to give the it would take over a year. All the money, which is already a couple of thousand that we've already paid, will be lost. It would make it take it a year to get an adoption done because the birth mother then would be made to him. Well, her rights would be given back to her. She would, see that fucking message right there is alarming me.
I'm telling you, she had to have that baby. She had to have her.
Hmm.
Beyond all
Right
things, beyond everything else, she had to have that baby.
now, this is in 2017. I'm
What was the date on this one?
December 17th, 2017.
2017. I found that strange because HG was born in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So which baby is she talking about here?
No, this one is about grandchildren DCS, but we're going to bypass that one because
Yeah, but
it's
did you hear me? This was
we're
in
saying that if he didn't get
2017.
counselling, he was going to unalive himself. He's 12. I told him that counselling was free at school. Uh, uh, yeah. Oh, fucking hell! I swear to God.
You got to understand her mind, and I have tried my best to get into her head. I guess is what I want to say. She wants to be the savior. She wants to be the one that comes in and saves the children because of things that were done to her as a child. She doesn't feel like anybody saved her. So she wants to save them. And that's her focus. And that's my opinion. Don't that is not I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm none of that stuff. I'm just a normal everyday person that calls black black and white white. That's what it shows. Her pattern shows this. She, whenever it came to her stepdaughters, she wanted those children. She wanted them when they were little. But when they started growing up and they started talking back, like all teenage girls do, because I got one that's, in her 20s now, thank God, but we still got a mouth on us. But when it gets to that point and these girls start having their own opinion, that's when she has an issue. She's all gung ho for Landon. He's the most wonderful thing in the world, but whenever he's a grown man and he's got his own opinion, now she has issues. She wants to save the children. She wants that child. She wants that baby that has to look to her for salvation. It in some way it validates her.
Do you know it's the first time that I had to step back on this whole thing?
I have to step back a lot sometimes because I think people They don't. They get so tied up in the in the back and forth, and yeah, it's fun. We tease each other. We poke fun at each other. Um, we go on about the fleas, and they go on about Megan and Tug and
Mm.
Jeremy and Lynette and all these other people. And I think we fail sometimes to realize what it's really all about, and that's the children. That's the children. That's what's actually what this child is having to live through, not necessarily in, but live through. And everybody wants to say, "Oh, it's Jeremy's fault. He's done this. He's done that." No, Jeremy ain't put this youngin' out there. Lynette's put this youngin' out there. She has posted all this about that child. She's posted everything about this child's disease. She's the one that posted about this child having an upset stomach and having a diaper rash. She's the one that's posted all about what this child is going through, having to get a feeding tube. Nobody would know any of that if she didn't post it. And she posted to perfect strangers. You know, I've never posted my child's medical history to anybody because it's none of your business. I
Mm.
might talk to a friend like me and you talk, and I might
Mm.
tell you, but I'm not posting it on Facebook. I'm not posting it in a group with all these strangers. And
The,
that's
thi-
what's happening.
the biggest thing that is getting me right now is that the last message just before I put this screenshot up with local news hypocrites, I read it in I read straight through it, and the reason I went straight to this screenshot is because I noticed something in there that she was calling her own family liar, her own sister a liar, and it was about kids again. And as a father, if that would have happened to me, I would have got her arrested by then. This is in 2017. God knows. I mean, we're not going to discuss Germany, but Germany was fucking way before that.
Yes.
Way before that. I mean, she married a convicted person who unalived someone. She married that person. How the hell did she meet him in the first place?
I
And
know. She married him while he was in prison.
exactly. Now, here's the thing. Now, here's a question for Bruce. Have you done your research on your client?
Of course not. He has no clue. He ain't looked. Look, that man ain't looked at all this stuff. He has no idea. He is just going by what she tells him. He himself has not investigated her in the least. He is doing it for his own gratification. And that's my opinion, and I'll stick to it every day of the week. I'll back it up because he's
Yeah,
doing
he
it for
just
his
want.
own gratification. He
Yeah, he just
has
want.
not looked, he has
Yeah.
not researched her. There's no way.
I mean, all you have to do is go into that fake Facebook group and look at these screenshots and read them. All you have to do is read them. And some of the crap that you all read, if you are not affected by that, if you are a parent and you're not affected by that, and the fact that you've got these, be nice. I'm going to be nice now. The fact that you've got these despicable waste of oxygen sitting on their platform with no evidence whatsoever, showing no proof, but flapping their gums and grifting for this individual who now is getting everything for free, who who's getting everything given to her on a platter. And then you got people who want to judge me because I happen to have an opinion. Then I've got someone coming in here throwing their teddy out the pram. Fine, not a problem. But if you're going to sit in that little box of yours called a cocoon and you're not going to look at the truth and you're not going to step out of that box and actually look what you've seen, right, then you are no better than her. The fact that all this happened around, you cannot tell me that the adoption agencies or the judges or the lawyers who dealt with this adoption cannot investigate this and actually look into this. Now that all this is coming up, what was she like in Northport? What was she like in Watanda? What was she like in Port Charlotte? Why is she using different names for different things? All these questions need to be answered. But anyway, and I find this very, and thank you very much, hypocrites. I find this very hypocritical from a lot of people who will give their own insight, but they will judge other people when they talk about this. And the
And
fact
let's
that
look
all,
at.
so go on.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go
So
ahead.
because the fact that all this information is now public knowledge, what it's fair use, it's fair game, and the fact that this has been going on and on and on, and the fact that Jeremy Hales has been protecting himself against this individual who's only down there for one reason, and that was to grift off him. And because he realized it, and it's not the first time that Mr. Hales has protected himself from this type of fucking behavior. Hoarder House rings a bell. Now, as a parent myself, this is fucking getting me angry. And that's emotion. And I am not going to allow that to happen. So I'm going to continue talking calmly. But this needs to be checked. This shit needs to be dealt with. This total neglect and the total fucking, oh, just brush it under the carpet, it may go away. The fact that the Levy County Sheriff's Department, the DA system, the court system there, and everyone else are brushing this under the fucking surface. Now, perfect example, someone just said in there that she's 63, that Lynette is 62, 63, right? That child is 5 years old. By the time she's 15, Lynette's going to be 78 years old. I rest my case. Oh,
And
Jesus Christ.
also, we need to realize too, we wouldn't really have an opinion if she hadn't put all this stuff out there.
Yeah, yeah.
She put all this stuff out there. She posted Harley Grace's picture. She put all the information out there about this darling child. She's the one that nobody would know about her medical condition if she didn't tell it.
And the
So you
fact that,
can't put it out there and expect nobody to comment on it. You're putting it out there so people will see it, so they will comment on it because you're wanting them to say, "Oh, you poor thing. Look what you're going through. Oh my gosh, you're having such a hard time here. Let me help you."
and here's the fact, and this is the hypocrisy about it. Only a few weeks ago, right? Yes, fine, people have been posting this picture, but a few weeks ago, what did they do? No, it's a couple of months ago. They put up this big fucking website. Oh, fucking legal team, and he goes around accusing people of doxing his information, but he's put the fucking his own email on that website, right? They put on that website their PR, and then suddenly you got all these pictures, and then a day later, you've got a picture of fucking Womblegob one sitting in a car with the child, unredacted. Talk about fucking hypocrisy. Talk about fucking taking advantage, using people's heartstrings. And then they sit on their, and then like 1 minute it's Harley's Christmas. Okay, fine. She got her presents, which I'm glad she did. And I hope she had
Absolutely.
a really good Christmas, and I really do. But now it's about fucking Harley's barnuminium. So you're expecting everyone to put their hands in their pockets and give you their fucking hard-earned money or their rent money or their fucking pension money so you can have a fucking easy life? The fact that you've been grifting all this time, the fact that all this shit is coming to the surface, you have not got one fucking leg to stand on when it comes to fucking explanations because you don't have any explanations. You don't, John doesn't, the fleas don't, fucking none of you have a leg to stand on now. And from what I can see, there's a shitload of messages popping up. And I really do hope now that some newspaper or some news channel or someone sees this and they start investigating this. And the fact that this, oh yeah, I'm going to the next one. Ah, December 6th, 2019. Ha, that's the problem. We don't have any supporters. We really found out that we really don't have any. It's hard to talk about. I have one person in Iowa. Well, no friends in Iowa, but there we have a little luck getting any help from anyone. It's sad, but if I do yard sale, I would do a fundraiser for PARLAY. That would be a good thing to do. And I can't do it myself, but I'm sure I can find some younger people that we can help. Let me do one something else as well before people go have a go at me about using that young girl's name. Right? They were the ones who publicized that name. They're the ones who talk about that name all the time. So just for the record, they are too busy to help me. I'm not close to any of them. It's cool. I'll do it. Maybe family will help. What was that?
I
My pre who? Oh, Jesus Christ.
this I have to look it up, Maylin. It's the Sun something family law firm, but I think, but I'm not sure. I'd have to go look it up. I don't know the exact name of the law firm off the top of my head. I don't know.
Didn't hang on a minute? Didn't they have the person who dealt with the adoption on their platform one night a few
They
months ago,
did. They did.
and that she even noticed that there was something wrong with the adoption?
She did. And she said they had to get that fixed. And she told the story about how they had to send a notary out there to where the at that time I guess the dad wasn't in jail because the notary went out and saw the mom and the dad, but they didn't have IDs. They didn't have any kind of identification. So the
Right.
notary decided to let them notarize with, I assume, an affidavit for somebody else saying that they were who they were. And the notary took that as contingents to sign. I've been a notary for a lot of years. I would not do that. I can tell you that much. There's no way in this world that I would ever take a signature without a government issued ID that's going to have their signature on it so that I can verify that signature. And I've been a notary for 15 years and would never do it. Ever, ever, ever. Never do it.
I was just
Because
about to say,
you
isn't
don't
that
know.
illegal?
It's not illegal. It's not illegal, but you are opening yourself as a notary up to a lot of scrutiny and for you to be held accountable if it comes back that it's not who they were. Because, I mean, let's face facts. If I don't have my ID, I could be just two strange people. And I could get somebody else that has their ID to say I am who I'm signing my name as. It's just it opens you up for liability that is just it's impossible to do, and it breaks down the actual, I think, not legality, but the actual benefit of having a notary.
Mm.
I will not notarize your signature without either without some type of government issued ID that has your signature on it. I will not do that.
So basically, it was a rush job.
Oh, absolutely,
Right. So
absolutely.
so basically, what we could, like in between the lines, we can say that hypothetically, allegedly, hypothetically, speculative, Lynette lied through her fucking teeth.
I think that it begs to question why it was done the way it was done and why there wasn't more, I guess, procedural things followed. And again, I do know that it was during that time in our country and everything had come to a stop. So that's the only way that I can figure out that it got through the cracks like it did.
Right. So basically, what's been? I mean, I'm not saying
That's
you're
true,
saying this.
Digistorm.
So I'm not saying that you're saying this. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, allegedly speaking, anyone who wanted to adopt a child when the pandemic kicked off could have easily adopted a child just like that.
Possibly.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was the perfect timing for anybody to adopt a child, because obviously they didn't follow the fucking procedure. By the sounds of it, I may be wrong. I don't know. I'm just speculating, because like the thing is, from what she's saying and all the hurdles that she had to jump and all the allegations she's made against the hospitals and God knows what else. And then she's saying, "Oh, it could take a year, and then the parents could then, get the child back." It was like she was in a rush to get those adoption papers signed and done.
Oh, absolutely.
From the messages that I've read, or that we've read and seen.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. She was going to have that baby.
Fucking hell.
And I'm
Now,
not saying she don't love that baby. Wait, I'm not saying that at all. I believe she loves her completely. I do believe as much as she knows how to love, I believe she loves that child. But that is the key thing, as much as she knows how to love.
does she
I
know how to
believe that
love?
she and see,
I mean, like, I have not once, when she's in front of people, it's different, but I have not once seen her show that affection that a child would want. I mean, like when my daughter was that age, the affection and love that she got from both of us was phenomenal. And I'm not bragging now, but you know, and the thing is, she had freedom to play as a 5-year-old, and she had us, us there to also protect her. Now, shouting at the top of your voice and then scaring a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old, glass and snakes and God knows what else. I mean, all this is coming to a point where, as a father, I would have called the police on her.
and I mean, let's face facts. We got quite a few women in your chat. I'm a woman of 54 years old, and I will
I know
tell
you're
you
just
right
bragging.
now, and I'll tell you right now that I couldn't handle a toddler every day, 7 days a week. God didn't make me that way. God didn't make any of us women that way. He made us so that there comes a time in our life when we're no longer meant to have children. We get moody, we get our nerves get tore up easier. We don't have the patience that we used to have. Our body don't let us get down and play with the children like we used to. There's a reason that we're called grandparents at this point in our lives.
Huh.
It's because we have already done our child rearing part. We want to do the fun part where they come over, they visit, they spend the night, we send them back home.
I've got a
Because we
question.
can't take more than about a weekend.
Yeah, but I've got a question for you. I've got a question for you. Let's see how you deal with this one.
All right.
She's had she's had that beautiful little angel for 5 years. How many times have anyone in her family have actually been anywhere near that child, to see that child, to interact with that child? How many people have been on that property besides the fleas? How many family members have actually been there besides Landon?
I don't know of any
Grandmothers.
besides Landon. And well, her daughter, I do believe she had Lindsay and Michelle there at one time. But Michelle is the one she kicked out of her car going down the road
Yep.
and left her on the side of the road. And Lindsay, she made Lindsay leave too. So, um, and I
So
think she's only seen her mom and sister that I know of was when her mama was sick.
so that should tell you, that should give you that should give you like a little bit of a framework of what's happening on stage, because this sounds like a fucking stage. It sounds like a. I mean, fucking hell! If this was in the Shakespeare days, I mean, he'd be writing a fucking memoir. I mean, he would be writing a shitload of fucking books, a shitload. And the fact of that this has been going on for more than 5 years. The adoption and the child and everything else is just one circle, but there's more stuff going on. You know, before and it's this has been going on since the fucking 90s, because there's stuff
And,
a lot of people don't know, like Germany, for example. But we're not going to discuss that. You know, there's a oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
and and Lisa just said that she tried to take the kids off of her children, her daughters. She did.
Yep.
And she threatened her stepdaughters with the same thing. But there's a little bit of information everybody doesn't know about, and if you do your research, you'll find it. There's a newspaper article written, I think, back in the 80s, and it was an article about grandparents' rights. And in this article is Lynette's mother, and Marcia, and she is talking about having to go to court to fight for custody of her grandchildren, and how her grandchildren are being abused, being mistreated. She can't see her grandchildren. And this was back in the 80s, so it begs to make you question,
Copycat.
uh, talking about past, talking
Yep.
about past. We're talking about a pattern. We're talking about what really goes on in this woman's mind.
Hmm.
Her mother was trying to seek custody of her grandchildren. Now, mind you, there's only so many, I've done the family tree on Lynette, so I know how many children there are in her family. And I know how many children are at certain ages, so there's only so many people that this mother could be talking about. But she was having issues, so it appears that it is this pattern of get the children, take the children, get the children, take the children. Lynette
Yeah.
said that her mother had Munchausen syndrome. I haven't been able to find anything to back that up. I do know that her mother owned a dance studio and was around a lot of children and was involved in other children's lives for a long
Hmm.
time.
That's where the pole dancing comes into it.
It must. She must have had that back room. She had that back room set up. Chicka
Yep.
chicka boom boom.
Wow, wow. Oh shit! Don't make that. This is hey, come on. We're trying to be serious here.
And
Oh my!
sometimes you got to break the monotony, or
I know.
it'll
I
just weigh
know.
heavy on you because you just want to understand. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can say that can make anybody understand this because even Lynette doesn't understand it. So how can
Yep.
we understand it? She doesn't get it. She really needs to be in some type of counseling because I can see what she lived through in her life. I know. I've researched her past. I know what she's been in. You don't go through seven, well, really six marriages. One was just a long term relationship, but you don't go through this many marriages, and you don't pick this many bad men. At some point, you would think she would have found a good one, but she hasn't. In her whole life, she's not found anybody to love her like she thinks she needs to be loved. She hasn't found anybody that completes her.
Hi, Johnny
And
D. Sorry, just saying hi.
and you're fine, and I see that, and I understand that from her standpoint. She really does need to talk to somebody to figure out why her brain processes things the way it does.
Yeah, but the thing
And,
here's.
and
Sorry, I just want to
no, go
say
ahead.
very. I just want to say very quickly. The thing, like, if her mother behaved the way she did, sorry, the way her mother behaved is describing Lynette.
Hmm.
You want a hug?
Yes, it is very much describing her.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Hang on a minute. Marlene wants a hug. There you go. Here you go. Here comes a big hug. Keep your hands above the waist belt, please. There you go. And I'll give my queen a. Hi, Bob. Yeah, I mean, it describes. It's like describing Lynette any 30 years later now, or 40 years later. But yeah, but anyway, let's go on to the next screenshot because this is going to get interesting now. And then we can carry on talking about all this good shit in a minute. There you go. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Trust me, I didn't like the whole idea at all, but there's a strategy in it. I've never do anything without a cause. Talk to my family, and we all agreed. So I'm praying he follows through. This is the property before they bought it. As you can see on the bottom here, that little hut has disappeared. You can see the wishing well there, and obviously that's where the entrance.
It's still too hot. You asked me.
What?
He needed something. I was helping him with it.
Oh right, okay. Sorry, I thought you. So that there's the property. Okay. Now, what I find quite interesting is this picture at the top here. But that's by and by, right? Do you watch YouTube at all? Now, as you can see, the message carries on. Watch the channel, What the Hells. Watch the videos called They Destroyed the Florida House. That is my mess I bought. Yeppers, right now, it's a horrible mess, but when it's done, the value of the property will triple. I live across the street from one of the biggest YouTubers on YouTube. I've already met him, and he already helped us with the tractor. Now, that is the day where Mr. Hales, right, helped them remove a tree. Unbeknown to him, they didn't own that property yet. So in this message, what you're seeing here right now, that's a fucking lie. They didn't own that property. So, whew, yeah. With what he's doing on his property, mine and the neighbors will go up in value. I rest my case. I mean, what else? I mean, this is herself typing text in this. This is her texting this. Now, if I texted someone who I've fallen out with, and I text them all different things, and this stuff here, right? Right. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to give you a hug. Okay. Come here. Let me kiss and talk. Oh, yeah. Love you.
All right, stop that heing and sheing now.
hey, you. Listen, I'm allowed to touch. Sorry. Right now, that right there, okay, it just proves that it was all planned. I mean, the thing is, you can't tell me that it was just by coincidence. Oh, right, you're fucking YouTube. Oh, right, okay. I do this. I've got like a charity here and all that crap. Well, I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. This here, this comment, these 3 comments here, right, are proof. This proves that she went there with an agenda, and she knew exactly what to do. This was basically her thinking, "Oh yes, fucking money, 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 money,
Exactly.
money, 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 money." Yeah, well, obviously that went fucking pear-shaped, didn't it?
Because she thought it was Jeremy's fan base. If he promoted her, she would get more donations to the turtle rescue. She would get more of this and more of that. That was her plan. Her plan was that she would be able to profit off of him living across the street. Just like she said about Jamie, if Jamie would put out her information with her fan base.
Yeah.
So there again is somebody else that's a little bit more popular than you, and you want to use that fan base.
I mean, one thing I have to give Mr. Hales, Jeremy, one thing I have to give him, he's got a good fucking gut. I mean, usually when I get gut feelings, I have to like sort of like drink a Dr. Pepper and eat a sandwich. and probably scratch my man sausage and then realize that I'm being taken for a ride. Here, he knew what was going on and he put a stop to it instantly. But what he did not know is that she had an agenda and she wasn't going to stop. And then when
Right,
he
because most
realized,
people, when you tell them to stop, they stop, right? I mean,
well, you'd think that.
most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, you would think that. But
We're raised that way as children. We're raised that way. If somebody's bothering you, you tell them to stop. And that child tells you to stop, you're supposed to stop. You're not supposed to keep on aggravating him. Now, he's told you to stop. That's all he needs to say. That's
yeah.
how we raise our children.
Now, with that cease and desist, how does someone listen to a cease and desist? Because he gave them every opportunity to stop. And a cease and desist is the first sign of like, hey, you need to stop or you're going to get your leg slapped.
Exactly.
And and she ignored it. And now look where we are, 2 years down the line.
Yeah, and it's just terrible.
Mind-boggling. That's what it is.
It is. From what it went from a year ago to today. Let's take where we are right now, January the 12th. Go back 1 year ago, and the escalation has been phenomenal
It
as
went,
to
yeah,
how this has escalated.
yeah,
And all she had to do was just shut up.
that's true. Yeah, that's
That's
true.
simple. That's simple. It
Yeah.
was that simple. Just shut up.
Uh-huh.
Just don't put his name in your mouth, and your life would have been peaches and cream.
Yep.
You would have been doing your thing. You still wouldn't have had your house built, but that's beside the point. But
Yep.
you would have been peaches and cream, and none of this would have happened because he would have drove by you and he would have seen nothing. He
Yep.
would have totally 100% ignored you
Yep.
because Jeremy's petty like that. I know because I'm petty like that. I can look at you and I can see nothing.
Yep.
And I can just totally ignore you even being in the room as if you didn't exist.
Oh, that's easy. I ignore quite a few people, especially when they try to use mental like some sort of emotional blackmail or something like that.
Right.
But the thing is, right, some people who are being dragged through the shit because of her, like the Fab Six and the thumbnail who got sued. There's going to be mental anguish is going to be part one of the lawsuits that's going to be seeked, and reading that right there, those four boxes there, right? She said that she doesn't watch his videos, so why is she
Mhm.
saying, "Do you watch YouTube at all?"
Right.
Now,
She's
how many?
promoting his channel.
Yeah, I mean, how many other fans? How many other fans who've looked at this? You get a lot of people who look at famous people who, like Mr. Beast and stuff. I mean, I watched a short about perfect example, Mr. Beast. He says, yeah, they would do, where he goes shopping, he goes into Walmart and Target and all that shopping. People have traveled all around the world, have traveled to the States and have basically camped out where he goes shopping. And he says, oh, I don't go there anymore because they camp out because, there's so many people there's people who will camp out at petrol stations or shops where he goes. And there's even people that go around the area looking for where he lives.
He only
So,
lives about an hour from me, as a matter of fact. He's a
yeah.
really nice kid. And I say
So,
kid because I am old, but he's a really decent kid. He really is.
yeah.
But you're right. He has to, I mean, the security around him is like phenomenal because he gives money to people, everybody's got their hand out.
Yeah. And the thing, like, can you imagine? Let's just step out of the box here for a second. Can you imagine what would have happened if it had been Lynette?
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, if he's getting people, I mean, then don't. He said that all of them don't mean any harm. They're just fame struck, starstruck and stuff like that. But the fact that he's got people driving around his area looking for where he lives and everything else, and he's only recently gotten engaged. Now, let's go back to this. This here proves categorically a whole plan, and this is way before she bought the property. So her being down there and getting him to get that tree away was like a test. Let's see if I can control him or not. Let's see if I can get in there right? And anything after that was just a fucking that spiral that was going out of control. That waterfall that suddenly you open that dam and all that shit comes out first, right? Where you got all that mud and crap and all that shit, and then afterwards the water, the pressure and everything, the water starts coming out, and that's exactly what's happening here. It all started. They opened the dam, and then all that crap was coming out, and then suddenly, poof. Hey, Slug, how you doing? Well, give us the bad news first, and then the good news, so we can carry on. Come on, Slug.
I know part of his bad news is he don't know how to microwave macaroni and cheese. He showed me that this morning. He put his macaroni and cheese in the microwave. He said he only put it in there for a minute. This thing exploded.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, pole dancing lizard. How's it hanging?
Hey, pole dancing lizard.
Well,
I
Slug,
just love that
come on
name.
then, mate. Anyway, while Slug is typing, anyway. So yeah, and this proves categorically, what's going on. I just can't understand why these people wanted to push their luck, and now they've pushed it so far. There's no coming back from this. And when it comes to the court case, when it comes to the federal court case,
no, it's like a boulder running down the hill. You can't.
Oh my God, that child is going to be an absolute laugh and know everything about you. At least that's good news. That's good news, dude. Yeah, that's good news. Congratulations.
We'll have to go sprinkle some holy water over that child.
Ken, no. Well, at least now we know that Slug can impregnate, so that's a good thing.
Oh my! A good thing. Can you imagine? He's
Well,
procreating. Dear Lord, no, no.
Sorry, Slug.
I can't even imagine.
Right. Anyway, let's go on to the next one while Slug's writing the bad news or the good news. Right. Here we go. 2017. Now I have to go through it with these who I am very bonded to. Twins are very close to their grandma. So it is my 6-year-old and my grandson. We're a very close family. I also have already lost 4 to 2 to adoptions and 2 to their father, who cut me off immediately when my daughter gave up her parental rights to all 4. So I've been there and feel hurt every day for them. So I know where the adoption ones, I found their adoptive parents, and I know where they're safe. This is stalk. Now, if you want to know about fucking stalking, this is stalking 101. You've got Christmas chocolate on sale. You're a fucking slug. All right.
He was excited about that yesterday, boy.
Yeah. Right. So basically, you found their adoptive parents. Okay, that's scary and safe. I've seen pictures of the foster adoptive mother. Doesn't block me on her Facebook. She knows I think I take care of pictures that I see. And my God, you need to learn how to fucking write. And see, and over 2, I know that they're okay, and someday they'll hopefully talk to me. My oldest grandchild is now turned 18, so I'm hoping that any day he will contact his grandma. That's probably Landon. Oh my God. The fact that she's actually stated that she found the adoptive parents, that's scary.
Yeah.
No need to shout, Slug. That's good news, you fucking say. Yeah. All right. That's very scary. Now here's the thing. Will this shit What we've seen tonight, will this ever stop? Will it come to a stop? Even though after, yeah, I know, man. But here's the thing: will all this shit ever stop? Will it? Will there ever be a day where Lynette will get the help that she needs?
I
Right?
doubt it.
That well, no, it's not making a statement, madam.
I
Right?
was going to say I doubt that.
Right? Will she ever receive the help she needs? The adoption, will they ever look into this? This whole court case. I mean, ever since that idiot lawyer has been involved in this, it's this whole thing has just gone out of control. Right? He's deliberately causing all this, and not just him. Also the fleas and everyone that's surrounding them. Not one shred of evidence. They have never ever shown one shred of evidence ever. And the fact that people are now that the fact that Deuce Boy has again now tried to intimidate another person, and the fact that I mean, there's so much of this shit that's going on. I mean, this needs to stop. This court case, hopefully, it will put all this to stop. And one thing I hope is that he loses his license to practice law. He should not be a lawyer. No, I've never ever come across anyone like him. And the fact that that magistrate has not like put him in contempt, and the fact that he's given that depot to those two idiots, and then they're choosing what they want to say, it just surprises me. And the thing is, this is going to continue. This is going to go on, and regardless of what the outcome is of that court case, of the federal court case, it's irregardless of what happens. Will she learn her lesson? Will it stop? Will this frivolous two court cases, the thumbnail one and the trespass? There's no legal standing on that. He's got nothing. The fact that Lloyd asked them to help him remove that stuff. I mean, like they should be. They should. What they should be doing right now is putting a countersuit in, not just because of mental anguish and defamation and trying to drag them through the dirt, but their credibility as well. Some of these people are professionals. Some of these people have businesses that may be affected through this. And the
Look at
fact,
Larry.
huh?
Look at Larry, the DUI guy.
Oh, right, yeah,
You're talking about businesses that can be affected. This man is an attorney.
yep. But he's a bloody.
You're calling. They're calling into question Larry's whole entire career by doing this.
Yeah, they've done the same to Socket as well.
It's
And that,
ridiculous.
yeah, and that's a fact, and the fact that you, let me put it this way: have you seen Randy Socket come on any type of platform?
The only time I've ever seen Randy on any type of platform about this case is I saw him on the DUI guys platform and they were just talking about things in general. And I did see him on Jeremy's live when they were raising money for the bio aunts. He was, they were saying what was going on with the bio aunts and stuff in a live, and
Oh
Randy
yeah,
and Mark
yeah,
were there
yeah,
with Larry when Larry was visiting. That's the only time I've ever seen Randy's face, except for when they showed one part of the depot, it showed Randy talking, and that was it.
yeah. That's a very interesting comment. Someone said that this morning. Deuce Boy wants a lawyer to now take over. Too late, sunshine. You are done. You are now part. You're not going to get away from this. Not that easy. Yeah.
See, he wants somebody to. He wants somebody in Indiana. He wants an attorney in Indiana to go after Wes. He wants California to go after Mike. He wants Kentucky to go after Larry. He wants Tennessee to go after Tug. He wants somebody in New York to go after Megan. He wants somebody in New Jersey to go after Shara. And he wants somebody else in Florida so that they can do more things. He's going to need a federal attorney in Florida if he decides he wants to, that Lynette wants to sue Jeremy federally. I'm just saying. Because again, Bruce is just pro hoc vice. He's just a one time deal.
Yeah, and the thing is, who's sponsoring him? He needs a lawyer to sponsor him to be a proact VC. I know that like he can go in there and go into the court, sorry, but doesn't he have to have a sponsor? Yes
Well,
and
yeah,
no.
that's where Stark comes in now. Stark is his sponsor.
Yeah, but
Stark is basically his babysitter.
Yeah, but Stark is not cleared to go into the federal court, from what I've heard.
Yes, I do
Is he?
believe he is. Yeah,
Oh.
I do believe he is. I do believe he is. Stark is his. I call it a babysitter. That's just my term for it. It just means that he's got to have another attorney there with him to correct him if he does something against Florida law because he doesn't know Florida law. So you got to have a babysitter to teach you, to tell you what you can and can't do. You got to have somebody else there. Just like in the Karen Reed trial, I do believe she's got two attorneys. You got Jackson that's from California, and then you've got, I can't think of the other guy's name, and he's there in Massachusetts, and they work in tandem with each other.
Sorry, I just read a message. Oh, there's so many stupid people out there.
And see, what Gail said is right. I mean, what Nina said is right. He thought this would all get dropped by now. He said
Yeah.
that last night. He said, "I didn't think it would go this far. I thought it would all get dropped." So see, I don't think that Deuce was preparing for this much work. That he was going to have to really actually put in work. I don't think he thought it was going to go that far. I don't think he realized how when Jeremy puts his foot down, his foot is down. I'm the exact same way.
One thing
When I go ahead.
all right. Well, that's one thing I like about Jeremy is that his ethics, his work ethics, first of all, his personal ethics towards other people, and his integrity. I do respect him for that. Like I said, he's not perfect. Every human is not perfect. If God created us all equal, then we'd all be perfect, and we're not. But the thing is, he knows when to back away. He knows when to step away, and he also knows when to put his foot down and say, right, enough's enough. Now it's time for this fucking giant to wake up and fight back. And that's what he's done, and that's what he's doing. And fucking kudos to him. And the fact that a lawyer or LOLyer who's been practicing law for 20 plus years, all right, hasn't realized that he's dug himself not just a hole on a personal level, but also on a professional level, due to the fact that he made a statement that he's doing all this to get PR and, about his case in the Connecticut Disciplinary Board and everything else. He's also made it worse for everyone around him. And the fact that you've then that's one circle, that's one story. Then you've got the second one is where you've got someone who has a personal vendetta against Jeremy and is character assassinating him and slandering him and defamation him and using other people to enable and confirm what she's saying, even though it may not be true, or may be true or not, is irrelevant. The fact that she's got people behind her going, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's one story. So now you've got two. Now comes the third one, right? It's two court cases that are totally frivolous and got no basis whatsoever, right? And so they voluntarily pull out of one, but they're letting the other one carry on. The fact that a 78-year-old veteran who had just came out of surgery and was in healing in a hospice, Richie had to get out of his hospital bed, get into a car, drive all the way down to Otter Creek to then go onto the property to have his stuff removed by people who volunteered to help. and he is legally entitled to ask anybody, regardless if these people know Jeremy or not. That's irrelevant. The fact is, the law states a tenant who is renting or lives on the property, if they've been evicted, they have the right to ask friends or someone to help. As simple as. And the fact that and the fact that what's happened to you? Oh, she's dropped. And the fact that he then put these two court cases in, that shows you that what he's trying to do, he's trying to throw as much problems at one group of people like Jeremy and his lawyer and his legal team, right, to trying to fucking buy time. And what he's actually done, he's made it worse. Because when this goes to court, if they last any longer than an hour in court about this fucking trespass thing, then there's something seriously wrong with this. And I hope that Judge Davis has a little bit of common sense and sees that this was a legal removal of personal property. And Lloyd had every right. The fact that she turned around and she said, I don't want these people on my property. I don't want this. He needs to get a professional company to do it. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's another little circle. So you've got multiple fucking little shit circles going on, right? And have a guess who's involved in all of them. Bruce, prick, pleb, pineapple head.
Bruce. It's always about you. It's only about you.
Bruce. You Bruce this, Bruce that, Bruce. And here's the thing, right? You still haven't blown your nose. I mean, like, you need to get your sinuses checked, fella. Because from what I've been hearing, you had a runny nose a lot. Anyway, people want to make assumptions and allegations and all that stuff. But that's by and by. But the fact that since he got involved in this, wanted to be on people's platforms, considering that he's got his own YouTube channel, considering that, like, he could have done everything on his own channel, but he didn't. And the fact that he then, dragged other people into this who had nothing to do with this, that's one point. Also, the fact that he's using someone's platform who's got such a hatred for Jeremy, that for a fact this is all personal. The fact that you've got someone who deliberately, provocatively, right, initiated a fucking, I don't even know how to say this in a normal way, attempted to play the hard man at a public auction and had it filmed. Now, he filmed everything. So he was antagonizing Jeremy. But the fact that other people filmed him, I don't think he realized that. And the fact that you've got someone who says to a newspaper or to a reporter, a journalist, that he had no insurance, and then on that platform says that he had insurance for 26 years. People, do your research. Get your facts right. Make sure that you understand what's going on here. Because all this is going on around one situation. Lynette Preston, John Cook versus Jeremy Hales. And a lot of people have forgot that part because everyone's going on about what the fleas say. No one should pay them any fucking attention whatsoever. The attention needs to go to the court case on what's going on between those two parties. That's it. That's it. That's as clear as you can possibly get it. There is 3 court cases, now there's 2. All right, you've got one lawyer who's so unprofessional that he found his license in a Kellogg's box. And you've got another lawyer who's as professional as they come. You've got one side grifting, the other side protecting their assets and themselves from multiple different threats. I mean, let's be honest. When you get a pew pulled on you, and then you end up going into court, and then suddenly a judge who is an absolute buffoon takes away your First and Second Amendments for nearly a year. where it's supposed to be temporary, and I think it was a maximum of 15 days.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was quite a fiasco.
that was a shit. That was a female fest that even I was surprised of. And like, I have learned not a lot, but I've learned a little bit about American law. And one thing's for sure: Florida has a serious issue, a very serious issue in regards of treating everyone equally, which is supposed to be happening.
Pole dancing lizard says, Bubbles, if you stop sniffing Viagra, your nose won't keep growing. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't drink that Dr. Pepper when I.
So, of course, at this point now, I've got this image in my mind.
Well, that should make any lady happy. How does the old how does the old saying go? Sit on my face and let me tell you some lies.
Yeah, exactly. My brother actually used that line one time. It didn't go over too
No, I bet it
well.
didn't. I mean, like years ago. This is when I was. This is when I was younger and I was single. There was. I went into a nightclub and I was, I did, and I was like, quite jolly. And this young lady was standing next to me. She's giving me all the eyes, and I said, "Hey, I tell you what." She went, "What?" I said, "Later on, you can sit on my face, and then I'll tell you some lies, and then you can tell me what the first thing that pokes you in the bum." Yeah, yeah, yeah. That definitely didn't go down well. That didn't. Yeah. So but it's like it's like the song about the Navy, right? I mean, I know the rest of it, but I'm not going to sing that. It's like, my one skin lies over my two skin. Hey, Bruce, is about you now. My two skin lies over my free. My free skin lies over my foreskin. And my foreskin lies over my knee. So pull back my foreskin for me, pull back. Yeah, you know,
Oh my God. That's what happens when you get a bunch of men all alone together on a ship.
it's like, I mean, the only, yeah, all I've been is an LCD, and that was it. And that, like, we had a couple of vehicles. We were training with, many years ago. We were training with the transport unit, and they had an LCD for vehicles, and yeah, and we started singing that. The guys on that boat didn't really fucking like it. That's for sure. No, I don't think. No, that this is why I'm questioning it. I don't
Yeah, he
think.
may not be. I can't remember. I thought he was
No,
able to practice in federal.
no, because he only had his license renewed on the 4th of the 10th.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, what kind of lawyer lets your license expire? My God.
I know that's a
This
good
is the
question.
person this is the person you want to I mean, your lawyer has your life in your hands when this stuff goes on, right? I mean, it all comes down to how good your lawyer performs.
Yeah.
And this is the person you want to trust. He can't even pay his license on time. Give me a
Hey,
grip.
can you imagine fucking Pinocchio and fucking Deuce in the same room, and there's one tablet of Viagra on the table?
I can see them now, like they're fighting with swords instead they're using their noses. Oh my God.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. I shouldn't have said that.
No, but
But
it's
that's
true.
where my mind goes, people. I'm honest. That's where it goes.
He doesn't need to practice anyway. A mom of an angel. Hello, welcome to the welcome to the stream.
Are you really sure you want to be in here? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, it comes with parental warning.
Yeah.
Please fasten your seatbelts and put your tails upright. Yeah, this fucking flight's got to be flying at 3 foot, 600 miles an hour.
My
Uh,
son told me the other day I need to come with a warning tattooed across my forehead. I said, shut up,
oh,
leave me alone. He said, I'm serious, mama. He said, I tell all my friends before I ever introduce them to you. He said, I warn them beforehand. He said, you never know what's going to come out of her mouth. And you just have to just understand that from the get go. That he said I should have a warning tattooed across my forehead.
Just fucking picture something. Can you... Oh, get that picture out of my head. I just put. I just pictured. I just pictured fucking Jabba the Hoot, Dave, Bruce, and Robbie all dressed up as Crash Dummies. And they got that yellow and black circle on. Deuce has got one on his forehead. But the thing is, you can't see it because of the penis on his head.
There's a movie that we have called Nothing But Trouble, and it's got Chevy Chase, it's got Demi Moore, Dan Aykroyd, and Dan Aykroyd plays this. He's like the judge of the Hamlet, okay?
Yeah.
And so when he comes up from the bottom of the floor up to his bench. They live in this old rickety like junkyard thing, right? And so he's got these people standing in front of him that's there for a speeding ticket. And when he turns around in his chair, he's got his nose looks just like a penis. And the guys are just looking at his nose and they're looking at each other, and it looks just like a penis sticking up there. And I remember the first time I ever saw it, I like to die. And every time I see Bruce, I see this face. I see that on his nose, and I shouldn't. And I know it's terrible, and I know I shouldn't see that, but that's where my mind goes.
Belinda, you're welcome. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't. Oh, Jesus Christ! Can you just imagine? I just pictured. Has anyone seen the time cop or what it's called? And there's like, he sits in this freaking sled, and there's like this big wall with like a big Crash Tommy symbol on it. What was his name? Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey did a thing.
Oh Lord.
You remember that one?
It seems like it's coming in my brain because he's done so many things, especially when he was on In Living Color. That was the funniest man I've ever seen in my life.
What was it? It was the Grinch, I think. He got. I can't get it out of my head. After reading all that shit, I think. I think
Mom to an Angel. I don't know who broke up. You got to tell me. I don't know who you're talking about. I can't think right this second. You got to give me more clues than that.
Oh shit!
We're bad. We're just being bad people.
Oh shit! I mean, all these fucking all these screenshots that have been put up into the public domain of her. She's fucked. She's done. Oh shit!
She needs to come with a waiver. You need to sign it before you become her. She needs to produce that. Hello, my name is Lynette. Here's my waiver. Before we even talk the first time, let me just give you this and let you know ahead of time. This is what's going to happen. Okay.
Oh crap! Oh god, I'm literally sitting here in tears.
There definitely needs to be paperwork. There needs to be instructions involved in the situation.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find that onesie, the one where it covers your head as well. I'm going to put it on, and I swear to God, if I get one, I'm going to come on camera and I'm going to sit here as a crash test dummy with a helmet on. And I'm going to put the name, a place name here.
Okay, Mom to an Angel. I do remember talking with her, and I'm trying my best to think about it, but my mind will not let me go there right this second. All I can think about is a penis on Bruce's face, and that's just all my mind is at right now. I am trying my best. But I literally cannot think of anything else. And I'm ashamed to say that. I really am. But that is all that my brain is thinking of at this moment is just it's there and I can't get it out.
Oh shit! I can imagine Bruce getting. Oh, I'm getting excited. I need to go and play with myself. Walks into the bathroom, turns the light on, starts rubbing his forehead. Next to him, he spits into the mirror. I've come.
He just loves a head cold. Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, I'll behave now.
That's that
I'm sorry.
yogurt that you were talking about, right?
Yeah, fucking yogurt state. Shit. Do you know what? You have to laugh after reading all that shit. That I mean, that's nothing compared to what's actually out there. That's that the. Yeah. I'm sorry, but oh shit. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Mom, to an angel. It's like I can't get that out of my mind. I'll be
uh,
think every time I see him now, that's all I'm gonna see. I mean, I'm honest with you. That's all I'm gonna see. It's just that mental picture is just gonna pop up and I'm gonna start laughing and I'm not gonna be able to stop.
can you imagine? Can you imagine a pole covered in oil? And then that goes. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The next artist will be on stage in 5 minutes. Quickest pole dance in the world. And here we got Alexi. Okay, it was Alexi. Bye bye. Oh shit! This is this. Oh, hang on a minute. I need to go to my happy place.
But the
Oh.
people over here will know exactly the movie I'm talking about. It was a long time ago, like back in the 80s. And
Oh,
and it just oh my word.
hi, crap. Speaking out, Bubbles Bush. I feel sorry for those crabs already. Here you go, crabs. There's hot water. Do your business. Has anyone seen that TikTok where you got a crab in hot boiling water and it's eating the bread?
No.
It's like, I'm hard as fucking nails, mate. Give me some fucking bread while I'm in this fucking jacuzzi.
Last meal.
Yeah, fuck it. I might as well eat the bread. Probably my kid. Oh, crap. Yeah. But I tell you one thing, though. This whole thing, right? Yeah. Looking at those screenshots and reading everything. I mean, I spent fucking about 3.5 hours reading all these screenshots, and I mean, we're looking at about nearly 100 screenshots, right? Uh, and you just can't make this shit up. There's definitely some psychological issues going on, and the fact that this woman thinks that everything she's doing is right, it's not. It's you know, and the like I pull. I mean, yeah, congratulations to me. I passed my counselor's course, and you're
Oh,
supposed.
great.
Yeah, didn't you know? I passed that in December. Um, and I then had it thrown in my face. But anyway. But the fact is that I shouldn't be. I'm not going to laugh about this because if it does turn out that Lynette does have some psychological issue or some issues, mental health issues, then you can't laugh about that. But the thing is, if she does, then obviously things need to be done properly, correctly, legally. But these, you've got Northport people coming out the woodworks now. Northport. And everyone's going to call them a certain group are going to call them liars and making shit up and everything else. But you can't make this shit up.
No, no, no,
You,
no.
you
This
can't.
and you can't say, oh, somebody faked these screenshots. There's over 100 of them. There's over 100 screenshots. Nobody's faked these. These are true. These really were said. And the thing is, she said so much she can't go back and delete them because she can't go back and find all of them.
Mm. Here's another thing as well. You know, people have taken screenshots of me commenting about Shara. Yes, I discussed Shara right at the beginning of all this. 1 second. Uh,
Well, the thing with Shar is Shar just got duped and she believed what she was told and so she did that on there based on that fact that she loved them. I mean, that she thought Lynette was her friend. She thought that she thought that she was doing the right thing. She thought she was protecting somebody. And until Shar found out the truth, Shar was 100% for Lynette and for everything. But Shar has always, always been for that child. Up front, always, that has been her number one thing is that child. And she's never faltered from that.
Hi, Teddy. Hi, Teddy. Oh, hello, Teddy. Um, wow, I am so yeah. That I think that like me, I've come to the conclusion now that like all I'm going to do now is keep an eye on everything, make my comments to certain behaviors and such shit, and then basically just watch what happens because I hope that I hope that Jeremy decides to bring the case forward because I think the sooner this is done and the sooner this is in the court with a jury, the better. Because there's a lot of evidence coming up now that her behavior is not just this one thing; it's about multiple things, and it goes back quite a few years. So there is a pattern, there is an mo, and this needs to be looked at.
I
And
agree.
and the fact that the lawyer on who represents her is as professional as a underwater Mexican hat dancing bayonet instructor. Yeah, no wonder he's asking for from what I've heard, asking for different lawyers. Just so you know, 1 second, I just need to find out. 1 second, just making sure that if he's here or not. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So someone's here. He won't be on the on here on the platform, but we're going to do the question and answer, the Q&A time, and then after the Q&A time, I want people to pay attention to what someone was going to say in chat. So, out of respect for this individual, I'm going to put a line in chat, and I would appreciate if people not type, and allow this chap to say what he needs to say. Okay, and please respect it. I am asking you all to respect that. But in regards of everything that we've discussed, all you have to do is go into the fake what the hells, and you'll see enough there to last you a lifetime.
And I've posted all the screenshots in the Otter Creek Tube Town too, so that if you don't want to go into, the fake what the hills, because that can be a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
In Otter Creek Tube Town, every one of these screenshots has been posted, and so you can go there and read them at your leisure. I also posted the letter that Bubbles wrote to the biological aunt's attorney, and you can see that there too. Everything is posted there so you guys can, you know, read it at your leisure. Don't take our word for it. Go research it yourself.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now, we're going to come to this segment that you all love and enjoy. It's the Q&A time. So, guys, feel free to make sure that you
Yeah,
put
print.
at my pretty
No,
or
yeah,
at
print your name. I don't know. My lawyer told me to ask all these. Oh, sure.
what?
I keep forgetting.
He for,
I need to take a value if you get on there.
he says he needs to take a Valium before I get on here so he won't talk so much.
I'll say, hey, tell him I'll send him some over. Um,
He said he'll send you some over.
Huh?
He said he'll send you some over.
I'm looking forward to it.
He needs something to live with me, by God.
well, there's also a thing called a 15-pound sledgehammer. No, right. So yeah. So if you're going to ask questions at Spawn Trooper or at My Pretty, and then ask your question. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ewoks and Wookiees, members of the jury, Your Honor, and Milord, ask away. Go ahead, ask your questions, and then after the Q&A time, there'll be a special message that, again, I would appreciate if people, when you see the lines, when you see me type into chat and you see the lines go through, I would appreciate if everyone just show a little bit of respect. All right. So go ahead. If you've got questions, then ask away. We'll wait.
And anybody wanting to know my bra size, we'll talk privately, just so
No, we
y'all
don't
know.
want to know your bra. Oh, wait a minute. When I put in Otter Creek Tube Town, it gives me the Willy channels.
No, Vicky, go to Facebook and type in Otter Creek Tube Town. And the picture that's on the back of it is going to be the Wicked Witch of the West. You can't miss her. She's so beautiful up there.
Yeah, Nina will ask you a question about your fella.
No, Nina, he's not all better yet, but he is getting better. He is getting better, but he's not all better yet. I've been giving him that NyQuil and been getting it to him as much as I can.
Again, Spawn Wolf dug up some coke from the backyard so he can have some. Jesus Christ. No comment. I refuse to answer that question.
He pleads the fifth.
I plead the 4.5. Wait. My anxiety is over the roof. I feel like a paratrooper.
My mother died. She didn't die.
There is a pulse. Another one from Nina.
You said 38E. Girl, they could be flotation devices.
Yeah, that's the fact. Let's talk about how they possess pew-pews while under CPO. Federally illegal. Right, okay. Right, there's another one for you from Marlin. From
Um,
Shrew-
Molly, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not gonna. I can't say for certain. I thought that he was able to do a federal case because that's how Bruce got to be in the federal cases. He had to have a federal lawyer, but I'm not 100% sure. But I will look that up and find out.
uh-huh.
And
Welcome back,
Tamara
Yoda.
B, as a matter of fact, we could be soul sisters there, girl. We could be soul sisters.
Holy shit. You can use that bra as a parachute.
I told you I had flotation devices. When I had my daughter, my husband told me I could feed a third world country.
My mother flew to the moon to get out of the way of mine.
I don't even know if that'd be far enough. Her reach seems to be across the whole United States there.
I've missed this. Hands me a Dr. Pepper. Yoda, thank you so much. And again, my condolences for your loss and to your family. But I'm going to give
Absolutely.
you a little segment in a minute so you can put your message out. Okay. So you just hang on a second if you don't mind. Spawn, how much Dr. Pepper do you really drink daily? I drink probably about a liter. It probably
Okay,
sounds
you
like,
got to talk in American. How much is a
oh right,
liter?
okay. I drink um, about one, two. I drink about 4 cans a day. I don't drink that many. Sometimes I'll like if I'm really excited. You know, if I get excited, I'll drink a couple. But yeah, it's usually about a liter to 2 liters a day, if that. I mean, it's not every day, but I do drink it a lot. And don't worry, Yoda. I get it. I understand, mate. I understand it. Oh, I have the same issue. That's all I'm. What is it?
We're talking about our boobs. Are you not paying attention to the
No,
conversation?
no, no. Stop talking about your boobs. There are
Dolly
people.
bought hers. I grew mine.
64 ounce. Well, I don't know. Actually, these cans. What these cans? Actually, I'll probably drink more. Hang on a minute. Where the fuck is? Oh, there it is. 330 millimeters. That's 3, 6. No, that's milliliters. 1 liter. Yeah, about 2 liters. About 2 liters. Pam. Uh,
Do I think we'll see any new court papers this week? I don't think so. I know that they have, I think it's until Wednesday, but I don't have my paperwork in front of me, so you can't hold me to that, guys. For them to have made this conversation and come to talk to each
yeah,
other, possibly by the end of the week, if they did not come to a mutual understanding on what Randy is wanting for discovery, possibly, but I don't think so. I think it'll probably be sometime next week that we'll have an update on that. But this judge does seem to be moving quite fast, and he doesn't seem to be putting up with a whole lot of bullpucky.
yeah,
So I do see him answering these questions quite fastly, and he gave them a timeline, and he's going to stick to it.
yeah.
So I think definitely, but as soon as it does come out, I'll be getting it out to you guys as soon as it comes.
Spawn, should you be asking what did I sign up for? Yeah, I did that the moment I actually agreed with this. But I have something in my contract that allows me to. Yeah,
Oh, you love me.
yeah, yeah. Right. Are there any more questions for myself or for my pretty? If that's oh wait a minute, Spawn, will you ever show and discuss Lynette's German info? Um,
That's a touchy one.
Probably not
It
because
will come out though.
it will come out, but probably not because of the uh, the military standpoint. Because obviously there's a lot of shit amongst it, and no, probably not. There's a lot of stuff that I've got. Hi squid, hi squid. There's a lot of stuff that I've got researched and I've done research on that I haven't publicized and I haven't shown, and I will never publicize or show it. That stuff is on my external hard drive and it'll never see the light of day. Um, about Germany, that'll come to the surface at some point and people will find out themselves. But I am not going to publicize that. So no. Right.
They asked when do we think that they're gonna, if they're gonna add any of the defendants.
Um,
I do believe that the judge is kind of waiting for all discovery and stuff to come in and that type of thing. He's got it's a very hard decision he's got to make because it's going to change the whole outlook of this whole case. Regardless of what his decision is, it's going to change it.
hmm,
If he does add them as defendants, then this case is going to take a totally different turn. If he doesn't, it's still going to change the outcome of the case.
hmm,
And so I think that he is trying to make this decision with all the information that he can acquire. Because you got to remember, so far, only so much has been acquired. Randy's trying to get, a discovery that he's not been able to get. He's not been able to get stuff that he needs to further the case. And in some of this discovery may be more reasons why these people should be added. You got to keep that in mind. Some of this discovery that he's asking for is going to prove why these people should be added. So I got a feeling that's what he's waiting on, but you never know. It's totally in his hands. It's at his leisure. He's the head honcho. He's the king cheese right there.
Right. What we're going to do now, Yoda, if you can hear me. Right, guys, I would like everybody to just stop typing, if that's okay. Okay, so what I would like to do now is I would appreciate if everyone can stop typing and allow Yoda to put his message across. Take care, Squid. All right, take care. Have a good stream. All right,
Bye,
good to
Squid.
see you. Bye, bye, Squid. And guys, if you want to go and give Squid a bit of a heave ho and show your support for her, please do so by going to this link and go and showing us some support. So, Yoda, when you're ready, mate, you go ahead and put your message in, and we'll all wait for you to finish your message. So you go ahead, fella. The floor is yours, buddy. And for people who are not aware, cheers, Squid. Thanks very much for doing that. For people who are not aware, unfortunately, Uncle Frank passed a few days ago to heart issues, and obviously a lot of us knew him. Squid. So what I would like, we'll just wait for Yoda to say, and our prayers and support go out to you, Yoda, and to your wife and to your family. So take your time once you send your message. Okay. Actual fact, let me just do something. So, and also Squid has put in a link where you can go and support the family if you wish to do so. So we'll just wait for Yoda to, It's a shame. He was such a nice guy. I really enjoyed my time with talking to him. Yeah, and so do we, Yoda. So do we. That's nice. Well, you well, Yoda, you know that you have the support of every single person here and everyone in various different groups. You will always have the support, and you will always have someone you can talk to, and you can talk to me anytime you like. Okay, all you have to do is just send me a message and we can chat. All right. My deepest condolences. And Uncle Frank was unique. He was the most nicest person I personally came across. He was the most friendliest and respectful individual I ever came across. And that I'm never going to forget. He was always polite, so. But one thing I do know, he loved his fishing. That's for sure. That's for sure. Right. And again, my sincere and deepest condolences and thoughts and prayers to you and all the family. And know that we're here for you. We all are. Squid, me, everybody. Especially all of us vets. We're all here for you. Squid, are you still here? Here's a link to go and, for anyone who wishes to go and support, please do. And again, Yoda, you're not alone, right? You've got friends around you, and you've got people around you. So you always got someone around you. Okay. You there, pretty?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Oh right, yeah. Yeah. But just remember, Yoda, we're here for you, okay? So my deepest condolences again to you and to all the family and the relatives. And my thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Okay. And I appreciate the Dr. Pepper. I know it's hard, fella. I know it's hard, but just allow yourself to be you, mate. Okay. No one will judge you. No one is going to judge you. Just know that you've got people here, if you need us. Yeah. Well said, White Angel. Well said. I concur. Well, one thing I can say is that every time he came into the stream and I saw him, he lit me up. That's for sure. I was really happy. And here's the thing, Yoda. When you're here, you are representing him. So every time you're here, it makes me happy. And it makes me remember all the good times. I can remember that night when he called me sir, and I went, "You don't have to call me sir," but he still called me sir. Yeah. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah, and he went out there fishing. Yeah. He was a good soul, good spirit. Well, all I can say is just concentrate what you need to do to prep everything and just take it step by step. Okay. And I'm sorry to, I'm really, really sorry, man. It's been a very hard 2 months, that's for sure. Yeah. He was a fantastic soul. I mean, he brought light into conversations. Or when Uncle Frank would come in, he definitely brought light into conversations. That's for sure. And I think everyone he's met, he's left an impression on them. Even with some people that I've no longer talked to, he's left an impression on all of us, and that's one thing none of us are going to forget. He's going to be in our memory forever, basically. Because that's one thing I like about this whole community, this whole thing, is that we all support each other. For some people, I think he was the best thing that ever came across. You know. Yep. And we're going to celebrate his life. That's for sure. Yep. Yeah, you take as long as you need, fella. That's really nice to know. That's really nice to know that he was there when you got married. That's really nice to know. Hi, Linda. How are you? Sad to have a dog. Good morning, afternoon, and good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. That's a good thing. You've got some really good memories, especially walking your wife down the aisle. That's a memory that, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Yodi. He is definitely a part of all of us. He made a very big impression on me. The way he spoke and the way he typed to people, and I know that at one point when we were on live stream, and there's difficulties of actually like connections and all that, but at least we got the chance to talk to him, and I'm quite proud of that, and I won't forget that. He was such a nice gent. He was a gentleman and a scholar, and he's never going to be forgotten. Yeah, he did. Um, yeah, Uncle Frank, who is the uncle of Yoda. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Uncle Frank. Oh, right. Okay, so Mitch, how you doing, buddy? Right. This is Uncle Frank. And here is Uncle Frank, the most handsome and the most smartest gent. He's still got that smile, though. He's definitely still got that smile. He's definitely still got that smile. And we will remember him, that's for sure. Digi, you take care, fella. Yeah, sorry, sorry. I'm. Yeah, you take care. Oh shit, my speaker's off. Sorry. Yeah. He is a smart chap, isn't he? He's a smart fella. But on that sorrow note, he is a very handsome chap. Now, one thing I would like to say is this. Uncle Frank lived a very healthy and very beautiful life. He had beautiful relatives around him. He was a brave man, and he was a tunnel rat in the Vietnam War. And as a veteran myself, and any veteran would say the same thing what I'm about to say. The person may be gone, but the spirit will stay with us, irregardless. And we should always celebrate their life, but we need to mourn their passing so we can move on and remember all the good things that have happened. He was a soldier, he was a man, a husband, a father, an uncle, a friend, and until the end, he supported and helped other people. From what I learned from meeting him was he was very respectful. He was very honorable. He treated everyone with the utmost respect, and he never judged anybody. And that page we need to take out of that book, and we should all learn from that, irregardless of who we are. And we should just remember him for who he was, a gentleman and a scholar. Evening, Mussy Lady. And may he rest in peace, and we will never forget him. And we will support you, Yoda, and your family. And if anyone wants to, anyone can, and please go and support and show your love, show your anything you can do to support Yoda and the family and everyone else. Please go ahead and do so, even if it's a prayer, anything. But one thing we won't forget. Why was that? I think that message was deleted by accident. But again, my sincere condolences to you, Yoda, and to your family. Okay, but you will have people around you who will support you. Okay. Good night, soldier. Sleep well. You there, Pre?
Yes, I'm here. I was just letting Yoda have a few moments because there's no way he'll ever get over this. He'll just get through every day. And it's this part especially is the hardest part. This is the hard part when it comes to, the funeral and all this stuff, and my heart goes out to him because I've been there. And it's not easy and you never get over it. You just get through it. And especially when you had somebody as special as Uncle Frank was, it affects you forever. And he will affect every one of us.
Mm,
And that's a good thing. I'm glad I only got to see him a couple of times, through all this and see his chats and stuff, and he was something special.
mm. A lot of people could have learned a lot from him, and did learn a lot from him in regards of the way he spoke and the way he addressed people. You know.
Absolutely. A very fine man. And
Mm,
that's something you don't always find nowadays.
no. But
And I know that Yoda is so proud to have had him as his uncle and to have been part of his family.
yeah, yeah,
I definitely say we're all better because we knew him.
yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. I am.
Hmm.
I mean, characters like Uncle Frank. And I'm saying character very lightly. Someone who shows integrity, respect, and common courtesy, which is far and few these days. That what we saw from Uncle Frank is old school. That's how people behaved. That's how they are, and it was always nice. I always, actual fact, there was times where I wanted Uncle Frank to come into the stream, and he did, and that made me very happy, and I did learn a lot from him.
Well,
You
he
know,
had something a lot of people miss nowadays, and it's called class.
yes, he did. Yeah, he did. That's
A
for
lot of
sure.
people miss that nowadays. They don't have class, and Uncle Frank had class.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. And very nice manners as well. Oh, what it's a very humbling ending to a stream. But I'm glad that Yoda was here. I'm glad that he had the opportunity to say what he wanted to say. And Yoda, you're not alone, fella. You're not alone. Just remember that, okay? Oh yes, he did. Yeah, he did. Actual fact, I can remember when Uncle Frank mentioned when he was in Vietnam, and he was a tunnel rat. I did so much research on tunnel rats afterwards, and I think there's actually a film, but we'll talk about that some other time. Uh, yeah, And just so you know, I did ask Yoda for permission to put those pictures up prior to this. So, again, Yoda, my sincere condolences and my prayers and thoughts are with you. So, and you got me now. You can contact me anytime you like. And you know, if you need to talk, and I hope I'm around when you do need to talk. All you have to do is just send me a message, fella. Okay. And you can answer here on stream, or you can answer on in private in DM. Love you too. Thank you so much, Marlin. You take care, and thank you very much for being here. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thank everybody for taking a little bit of time to come spend with us. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, especially you, Yoda. I'm glad that you came in and you hung out with us. You know, I can remember. Yeah, actual fact, I miss being picked on by you with a Dr Pepper and everything. But you did send me a Dr Pepper earlier on, so I appreciate that. Yeah, you started a trend with that. Actual fact, I can remember. Hang on a minute. I can remember when Uncle Frank came in one night and threw some Dr Pepper at me. I remember when was that? That was a while back. Yeah, actual fact, I'm gonna have some. But Yoda, what I want you to do is spend time with your family, okay? And if you ever need to, like I said, you're always welcome to hit me up. All right, okay? But unfortunately, I need to start calling it a night. Eric, perfect. Eric, Yoda's here, and I presume that you're already aware that Yoda's Uncle Frank has passed. Um, so if there's anything you would like to say, Eric, go ahead. The floor's yours. I could sit here all night and just talk about Uncle Frank, all the things, you know. Yes, that's why he was. Um, Vicky, if you're still here, apologies. It was a mistake. A bit of a oopsie there. So apologies for that. Yeah, so yeah, Vicky Oldham, apologies for.
Well, I'm going to let you do your sign off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off from here and let you do your thing. Thank you guys for coming and spending a little bit of time with us. We sure did enjoy it. And Yoda, my deepest sympathies for you and your family. Just, honey, whenever you're sitting around and you're talking with your family, share all the memories that you can. Laugh. It's okay to laugh. He would want you to. Tell the funny stories. Tell the ones that meant something to your heart. Because the little ones that are coming up, they're only going to know what you tell them. So share his legacy as much as you can. And know that we're there for you and that we love you and we love your family. And you know what you got to do? You just got to get up tomorrow. That's all you got to do. You just got to wake up in the morning and get up. And then the rest of the day will take care of itself. And you just got to take it one day at a time till you get through it all.
Mm-hmm.
And you will get through it. But you just got to wake up every day. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for spending some time with us. Thanks, Mom, for having me on. I appreciate it, darling. We had a good time. Talk to you later.
Take care, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Right, guys. So, a little bit of an oopsie happened earlier on. So, Vicky Oldham, apologies to everyone else. Again, thank you very much for taking the time to hang out and listen to what we've been talking about tonight. Like I said, everything is constructive criticism, is review, is comment, and it's journalistic investigation. And everything that you've seen here is public knowledge. It's been put out into the public domain. And in regards of Uncle Frank, he shall never be forgotten. He will always be remembered for the gent and the scholar he was. And again, to you, Yoda, and to your family and everyone, our sincere condolences. Now, on that note, we are now going to close. We're going to come to a close. And as I usually always say, you've got 2 minutes to collect your belongings, get dressed, and make your ways to the exits. So, again, Yoda, you know where we are. And thank you very much for coming in. And to everybody, thank you very much for jumping in. And hi, Lisa Hands. And Eric, thanks very much for being here. And guys, look forward to the upcoming next stream. You never know. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Who knows? Who knows what the next one will bring us? No, I'm not going to do a yeet tonight. Well, I am going to do a yeet, but every time I try to do a yeet, I've noticed it cuts me off before. So, you have 2 minutes to collect your stuff. Again, thank you, everybody. And again, Yoda, big hugs to you, fella. Okay. It would be a good idea to unmute myself. Sarge here, dog. Sorry, Mitch. What you talking about, mate? So I'm not going to do the yeet yet. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, well, you can always send me the link if you unlist it and send me the link and watch it. I mean, yeah, crack on. I mean, you know, yeah. Spawn, I do need to talk to you later. I want to mention you on a video I'm putting together. It's a small shout out, but wanted to get you okay. Well, there's not much you can say about me. It's just that I'm a new YouTuber, upcoming YouTuber, and I've got a good sense of humor, and that I care about people. I mean, there's not really much you can add there, is there? But that's entirely up to you, fella. You don't have to, but that's entirely up to you. But on that note, I'm going to shoot off, and as they say, yeet.